active and defending.
I think it's like.
Are we live? Of course we're live. 1 second, folks. We turn off the fan because I'm wary of the viewer experience. Let's take two again. People, Deluded, I'm back again. Thank you very much for tuning back in each and every time. Obviously, on that topic, again, if you're a regular follower, I appreciate you lot. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Make sure you're hitting the like button, you're subscribing, and you're commenting any of your thoughts. Now, the Daily Mail's Sammy Moke Bell has said Aaron Ramsdale is sweating over his position as Arsenal's #1 goalkeeper, with Mikel Arteta weighing up handing David Raya prolonged first team chance after impressing in training. As you know, he joined initially on loan to provide competition for Ramsdale. It appears that it's a loan in all but name, and when the time comes, his deal will be made permanently. Brentford's sporting director and their manager more or less confirmed things. Now, obviously, people, I'm not really shocked by the headline, because isn't this the whole point? He should be sweating over his #1 position. That's why we brought David Raya in, who is a first-choice Premier League goalkeeper and has been called up into the Spain national team, similar to Aaron Ramsdale with his international setup. He should be sweating. As we know, we tried to sign David Raya before Ramsdale. You should be sweating, really and truly. And I believe, Arsenal as a whole, how we defend and how we make games dramatic at the Emirates versus away from home is very contrasting, and very two different teams more or less. And I think Aaron Ramsdale kind of does that. I think Aaron Ramsdale, when he's under, not that I ever want, I want my keeper to always be the lowest rated player in the team, because that means my keeper doesn't have much to do. I only really, in an ideal world, want to see Aaron Ramsdale showing his passing range, as I'm sure everybody would want us to score bare goals, keep bare clean sheets and things. But I think on that topic, I just think when Ramsdale's under constant pressure, having to make bare saves, you look at the second half against Liverpool at Anfield, you look at Leeds away last year and plenty of other examples. I think when Ramsdale has to be focused 24/7, I think he's a much better keeper. I think obviously he's made some good saves at the Emirates and done some great things to keep us in games, but I think he does have lapses in concentration, really and truly. And again, check out the video I uploaded yesterday, actually, where we kind of went over Aaron Ramsdale, where he spoke in general about why Arsenal concede a lot of goals at home. And he mentioned, the fact that we're a bit more expansive. We have a lot of the ball, the fans as well. The fans are the fans are with us, and we always feel we're in a game. And I think every Arsenal player lives the game with the fans, but I think Aaron Ramsdale really lives it with the fans, and I think that doesn't help with his concentration. I think Aaron Ramsdale's a very good player. I love his mentality. I love his character. I love his ability. I do think, not that I can tell a Premier League goalkeeper about improvements and things. And again, your goalkeeper is your last line of defense, but I just feel a lot of the time where we might lose the ball in the midfield, and defenders are not in position and midfielders are out and are not following runners and things. But sometimes I think Aaron Ramsdale's positioning can improve. I think he could do better at his front post, his near post better yet, as you've seen on occasion. And sometimes I think he's too quick off his line and he makes the decision up for attackers. But I love the guy. I think he's got a lot of quality. And what I will say is, individual feelings come behind, the collective. For me, Saka, Ramsdale, Saliba, Gabriel, all of these guys, Toney doesn't leave. All of these guys play all the time. But as we get better as a team, positions are up for grabs, and it's down to Aaron Ramsdale to hold on to that shirt. Likewise with David Raya, once you get an opportunity, take it. Apparently it's come out that in the League Cup, ironically, we're playing Brentford away from home. Apparently Brentford, credit to them, have given Arsenal permission for David Raya to play against them. Better men than me, better men and women connected to the club than me, because I'm saying forget that, really, if I'm honest with you. But, shout out to Raya if he is impressing in training. Aaron Ramsdale is under increasing pressure to keep his position as first choice keeper, with David Raya in line for a run in the first team. Mail Sport understands Gunners head coach Mikel Arteta is giving serious consideration to giving Raya, a loan arrival from Brentford, a prolonged first team opportunity in the coming weeks. Prolonged, is that 2 games, 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, 10 games? I don't know. With the Champions League coming in, and a lot of our players have played in the Champions League, but a lot of them are Champions League virgins. Much like Aaron Ramsdale, I'm sure he would be bitterly disappointed, really. So it's good competition, Again, I've always said, if I'm Aaron Ramsdale and Benjamin White, not that the club owe me anything or I'd feel aggrieved, but there was a lot said for both of their signings. You're playing week in, week out, English core and stuff like that, like Wenger used to do. And then you've seen Timber come in, who is pressure for Zinchenko on the left hand side, but can play at right back. And obviously you've got Raya. I like it from Mikel Arteta because we got to remember this is a football club, not a creche. You know, as much as it's a family and orientated thing, we're not here to make friends and family. We're here to push each other and ultimately try and aspire to win trophies. So I have to see. But big up to Ramsdale. As you know, he was named in the PFA team of the season last season, along with Martin Odegaard, Saliba, and Bukayo Saka. However, there's a growing feeling at the Emirates that Arteta wants to give Raya an opportunity to stake his claim for a regular starting role in the team, people. It remains to be seen when Arteta decides to make a change in goal. I don't know if he'll do that anytime soon. You know, we've only dropped 2 points out of the available points we've had in the Premier League. Obviously, you know, you could argue before you look at Aaron Ramsdale, you might look at certain players starting in midfield. But yeah, it remains to be seen when Arteta decides to make a change in goal. But Raya is said to have deeply impressed in training since his arrival, particularly with his ability to accurately play out from defence. I mean, that's a big reason as to why he was signed. If he doesn't play before, Raya's first opportunity could arrive in the Carabao Cup against Brentford on the 27th of September. Premier League regulations would usually prohibit Raya from playing versus Thomas Frank's team, but in the Carabao Cup, lone players can play against can play against parent clubs given they provide permission. Brentford is understood are unlikely to oppose Raya's inclusion. Raya is also not expected to have the chance to play himself into the Premier League team as Ramsdale sweats on his first team number 1 shirt. Again, we know we signed him on a season-long loan with the potential to sign him permanently. And again, the headline doesn't shock me. That's what you should be doing. Reece Nelson is facing disruption to the start of next season. What does that mean? After his trial over an alleged dangerous dog attack was delayed for a year. As you know, he was in court on Monday morning in relation to a masseuse being attacked by his dog. So again, that's been held and we don't know what that's going to mean for him at the start of next season, but we wish him all the best in that regards, people. Apparently, Jorginho's agent has talked up the possibility of him returning to Italy. I think he's gone at the end of the season. He has been linked with Fenerbahce once again, people. Italy is always in our hearts. Never say never, said his agent. If there's an Italian team that needs George and his characteristics, we'll see what will happen. Jorginho's characteristics is unique and needed by all teams in the world. When the coach needs that characteristics, he will call George. Fair enough. Apparently, Arsenal are working on bringing 20-goal star to Arsenal after running out of time in the summer. Arsenal are being linked with Ivan Toney. Allegedly, Arsenal have improved most areas of the... Let's scroll to where it's talking about Ivan Toney. According to Football London, the Gunners are looking into the idea of bringing Ivan Toney to the Emirates in January, despite all the interest in the Brentford forward. Chelsea, Spurs allegedly looking at him. He has changed new agents. Brentford, I'm sure, can't wait until he's back. And apparently, he's got an 80 million price tag. Can I see Arsenal spending that on Ivan Toney in January? I'm not too sure, but I wouldn't go against having another number 9, an organic 9 in the squad. He has spoken on a podcast and he said, I've been a Liverpool fan my whole life, but from young I've liked Arsenal. I liked watching Arsenal and how they play and how passionate their fans are. I'm a Liverpool boy at heart, so we'll have to see, but I think he'd be the perfect man for the system. If we click on the actual article, folks, again, he's linked with Chelsea and Spurs. Is there anything of Arsenal? Doesn't look like such, people, apart from his admiration. And I'm sure Arsenal have him. If we are looking at strikers, he probably is there with Osimhen, Ferguson, and many other strikers and whatnot. So we'll have to see how that develops. Big up Bukayo Saka. Happy belated birthday to him. People, smash the like button. Don't forget, he's been voted England Player of the Year once again, people. It's Starboy stuff. What can I say, man? Saka doing Saka things. So yeah, on that, Tierney's been talking about his life in Spain at the moment. I'm buzzing to have played my first La Liga game. My family's really proud of me. That's what matters. I need match fitness and I wanted to play longer, but it's understandable I was taken off in the second half. I've not started a competitive game for about 4 months. When I was a kid, I'd watch any football that was on TV, including La Liga. It's an unbelievable league with amazing clubs. I'm excited and we wish him all the best of his time in Spain. I was nervous before the game. It's a new beginning, new country, new language, new club, new teammates, new league, but it's provided everything I wanted. I've always wanted to play abroad. Real Sociedad is a very proud club in a passionate Basque region. They don't tend to sign many foreign players. Historically, they've had many players from the area. The same says for Bilbao. I don't know if Bilbao's in the Basque region. I didn't do geography pass. I didn't pick geography for GCSEs. So it's an incredible show of faith. It's an honor and a pleasure to play for Real Sociedad. All I want to do is repay the manager and everyone else at the club. I'm trying to embrace everything here. The culture, the language, learning the language as best as I can is very important. It's about showing my respect to everyone. The club have provided a tutor, and while I'm with Scotland, I'll be having Zoom lessons. I've got Spanish and Basque to learn. I'm loving it. From a lifestyle point of view, that's amazing. In a few months, I want to be able to have a proper conversation with the players in their language. That shows respect. Going abroad as a player, you always want to do that. Big up Toney, because, you know, he's a proud man from Celtic. He immersed himself in everything at Arsenal and got with the culture, and likewise, he's doing that in Spain. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Ivan Toney. Let me know your thoughts on Aaron Ramsdale versus David Raya and everything else we've discussed. Smash the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bells, follow on all the socials. Most importantly, stay safe, stay blessed. We'll link up again soon.
There's always just that active red man defending. I think it's like